Hello guys, in this video I am going to discuss how to make a simple obstacle avoidance robot. Before watching this video, I recommend to watch my previous video for better understanding. In my previous video, I have explained how to interface DC motor with microcontroller using L293D motor driver IC as shown here. So first understand the basics of a simple robot. I'm going to make a robot like this. So it is made up of two motors, that is left side motor and right side motor, and there is a front wheel as shown in the figure, and this is the back view of this, bottom view of this robot. So the two motors, that is left motor connected to left wheel, right motor connected to right wheel, and front there is a free wheel to move freely. So let's understand how to move this robot in different directions. So if you want to move this robot forward direction, then the two motors, that is left motor and right motor, has to rotate clockwise direction. So if both are clockwise, then it will go forward. So if you want to move this robot that is backward direction, then the two motor has to rotate anti-clockwise direction. Then the robot will move backward direction. So if you want to move this robot right direction, that is the right side, then the left motor has to rotate clockwise direction and the right motor has to rotate anti-clockwise direction. Then the robot move to right side. So if you want to move the robot left side, then the left motor has to rotate anti-clockwise direction and the right motor has to rotate clockwise direction. Then the motor will move left direction. Let's note down these logics. So we have two motors, left motor, right motor. So each motor having two terminals, that is P and positive and negative. So the two terminals I will write if you want to move the robot to forward. So if I want to move the robot to forward first, then left motor positive terminal we have to give 1 and negative we have to give 0, that is clockwise direction. These basics already discussed in previous video. And so right motor also we have to move it to clockwise, that is 1 0. So now both motors are in clockwise direction, that means now the robot will move to forward direction. Suppose I want the robot to back side. So then the logics will be zero 1, left motor should be 0 1 and right motor also should be 0 1. So now I want to move the robot to right direction, right side. Then left motor has to rotate clockwise, that is 1 0, and the right motor has to rotate anti-clockwise, that is 0 1. So then the robot will move to right direction. So and for left, so left motor has to rotate anti-clockwise direction, that is 0 1, and the right motor has to rotate clockwise direction. So these are the logics we need to write in a program, in our program, to move the robot in different directions. So before starting program, so now let's see the block diagram of obstacle avoidance robot. This is my blog, so you can visit. There are different projects available. So this is the block diagram of obstacle avoidance robot. So that is, as you see, there are different blocks. So power supply, microcontroller. So here the power supply will be a battery. Why? Because the robot is moving. So instead of giving mains, so better we can give a battery. And we need a microcontroller here. And to interface two DC motors, we need a H bridge, that is L293D IC, that is motor driver. And to detect obstacle, we need an obstacle avoidance sensor. Sorry, that is infrared sensors to detect obstacle. So first let's understand what is an infrared sensors. There are two types of IR sensors, that is IR transmitter and IR receiver. So IR transmitter is nothing but IR LED, so which emits infrared signals whenever you apply power supply to it. And there is a IR receiver, we call it as a photodiode. So it is used to receive infrared signals. So that means it's like a diode operation. Whenever there is a infrared rays on it, then the diode will switch on, otherwise the diode will be in off position. So in real time it looks like this. IR LED looks like white and photodiode looks like black LED as shown here. So right side we can see the circuit for this using IR LED and photodiode. So if you want to switch on this IR LED, 5 volt we are giving here. So that means there should be some voltage drop required to switch on this IR LED, that is 220 ohms. So whenever you apply power supply to this IR LED, then it start glowing and it emits infrared rays. So as you know, normal LED will emit light rays, whereas this IR LED will emit infrared rays. So whenever there is a infrared rays, that we need to make an arrangement like side by side, this IR LED and photodiode. So in opposite, as shown, the direction as given here, the same direction. That means IR LED emits infrared rays in this direction. So whenever there is a obstacle or object, this IR LED, whenever there is an object, these rays will be reflected back to photodiode. that is IR receiver. So this is IR transmitter which emits infrared rays, and there will be IR receiver photodiode which receives this IR signals whenever there is a object. So we are using this as a obstacle sensor. So these are arranged like this. So the V out, it is going to your microcontroller to sense whenever there is a obstacle. So whenever there is an obstacle, then only there is a race to photodiode, then the photodiode will switch on. That means that logic 1 will be given to microcontroller. So whenever there is no obstacle, that means there is no race from IR LED to photodiode, there is no race. So now the photodiode is in off condition. That means now the 0 is connected to microcontroller. This pin is given to microcontroller. This is logic 1. So I hope you understood this circuit before going to start program. So and we have to see how the real robot looks like. This is the original robot. It looks obstacle avoidance robot looks like this. So as you see, there is a arrangement like there are three sensor pairs here, IR sensor phase. One is connected at left side, and one is at front side, and other is right side as shown in the image. And there is a microcontroller board, and there is a relay driver to drive the motors. Now let's see the schematic or circuit of this project. So there are, as I told, there are three sensors connected here. One is front, left, right. So three sensors I given here, left, right, front, which are connected to port 1, 0. So one single GPIO pin is enough to connect a single sensor. So to represent whenever there is an obstacle, I am just giving 0 or 1 here. So whenever I give 1, there is a light on the photodiode, so the photodiode will switch on, so which gives 1 to the microcontroller. So whenever there is no race, that means there is no obstacle, photodiode will be in off condition, then the output will be 0. So need to write program for whenever there is a obstacle, it will be 1. Whenever there is no obstacle, this will be 0. So these three sensors connected to port 1, 0, port 1, 1, port 1, 2 as shown here. So on the output side, there is a two motors which are connected to left wheel and right wheel as shown here. So through a relay driver IC, sorry, motor driver IC. So let's start writing program for this. So as I told, there are two motors. Left motor, I am just representing it as L. For right motor, I am representing it as R. So P for positive terminal of left motor, N means L motor, N means negative terminal of left motor. R motor, P means positive terminal of right motor, R motor, N means negative terminal of right side motor. So to interface two motors, as I discussed in previous video, we need 4 GPIO pins which are connected to port 2, 0, 1, 2, 3 as shown here, and in the schematic also you can see I connected to port to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are three sensors here we need to represent, that is left sensor, right sensor, front, which are connected to port 1, 0, 1, 2. So initially the sensors will be the inputs, so we need to make it as 0 initially, so that it can detect high signal whenever there is obstacle. So let's start our main logic here. So I'm just using Notepad++. So the logic will be as you know, if there is a obstacle at left side, so the robot has to move forward. So whenever there is a the original image I will show you. Here it is. Yeah, so whenever there is a obstacle at a left side, that is this sensor side, then the robot has to move right direction. So left sensor detects 1. Whenever the left sensor detects 1, then the robot has to move right side. So whenever there is a obstacle at right side, then the robot has to move left side to avoid that obstacle. So whenever there is a obstacle in the at the front side, then the robot has to stop. So these conditions, these three conditions I'm going to write in the program. So first I will write a logic for whenever there is a obstacle at left side at this sensor, then the robot has to move right side. So for that, so if left sensor is 1, that means there is a obstacle at left sensor, and remaining two sensors there is no obstacle, that is 0, and front side also there is no obstacle, it is 0. So only left sensor detected obstacle, then the logic will be, so this motor logic already given in the sheet, that is this one. So whenever there is obstacle at left, the motor has to rotate right side. So the right side logic already given here, 1 0 0 1. So 1 0 means left motor clockwise, right motor anti-clockwise. Then the robot will move to right direction. Left motor positive terminal 1, so left motor negative terminal 0, zero, 1. So this logic is for whenever there is a left sensor detects, the robot has to move right side. So let's copy paste these lines. So it should be else if So now we'll write logic for right sensor. So now there is a right sensor obstacle detected, then the robot has to move left side. So the logic will be for left side, this one, left motor anti-clockwise, right motor clockwise, 0 1 1 0. So now we need to write logic for front sensor. This will be 0, this will be 1. So whenever there is a obstacle at front, this side, then the robot has to stop. I'm just writing stop logic. If you want, we can write a logic like take U-turn. So the logic will be for to stop the robot, both the motor has to stop. That means if we give 0 0 0 0, then the robot will stop. So we need a else condition. So else condition, here the else condition will be like, so by default condition, like initially if none of the sensors didn't detect any obstacle, like left sensor not detected, right sensor not detected, front not detected, then it will come to this logic. Then the robot has to continuously go forward direction. So forward means one zero 1 0. So this is a default condition. By default, whenever you switch on the power, immediately the robot start moving forward. So whenever there is obstacle at left, it will move right. Whenever there is obstacle at right, it will move left. And whenever there is obstacle at front sensor, then the robot will stop using this logic. It's a simple program you can do. Just save it and go to kill. Just compile it. So there is no error. Build it. Let's go to our schematic. Flash the software. So let's play it. So by default, as I told initially, whenever you switch on power, the both the motors, that is the left motor and right motor, will rotate clockwise direction. That is, now the robot is moving forward direction. So that means left wheel, right wheel, both are clockwise. So the robot is moving forward direction. Suppose there is a left sensor here. Whenever there is a obstacle at left sensor, it has to move right. Right means left wheel clockwise, right wheel anti-clockwise. So clockwise and anti-clockwise. So it is working based on this logic. So whenever there is a obstacle at, so now the obstacle is cleared. So now the robot move to right, obstacle removed. So the robot again start going forward direction. Now whenever there is a obstacle at right side, as you see, now the rotation change, like left wheel anti-clockwise, right wheel clockwise. That means whenever there is obstacle at right, it is moving leftward, left direction, left side direction. So that means, so there's a obstacle at right side. Now the robot moving left side. So now we will see the last condition. So now the obstacle at right side removed. Now the robot start moving forward again. Now let's see the last condition, that is whenever there is a obstacle at front side, that is this side, then the robot has to stop. The robot has to stop. As you see, the both motors stopped rotating. So now the robot is in stop condition. So instead of this last condition, what I have written, whenever there is obstacle at front sensor, stop the robot. So instead of this, we can write a logic like take a U-turn. So U-turn means first it has to go left and forward, like that. So you can make a logic and try that program. This code and the schematic already shared in the below description. The link will be shared. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.